Hi, my name is Isaac Shutt. I'm an estate planning attorney. I'm licensed to practice law both in Texas and in Wyoming. Our estate planning law office is headquartered in Richardson, Texas. Today I'm going to answer a question that we get almost every day, and that is, are trusts only for rich people? In other words, do I have to be wealthy to need a trust? Well, the answer to that is probably not. And really in this video, we're talking about the differences between a person who might be interested in a will, which is kind of more basic, versus a revocable living trust, which really does the same thing that a will does, just in a different way. And for a lot of time here in Texas, people have said that really only wealthy people have had trusts. But that's really starting to change. In fact, even in the time that I've been practicing law, my thinking on this has really changed. I would say probably 3 or 4 years ago, probably 80% of my estate planning clients went with a wills-based plan. And I would say now about 80% go with a trust-based plan. Now, that does not mean that my clientele suddenly got rich. What that means is that people are really opening their eyes to all the benefits that trusts offer. So let me be a little bit more specific about that. Even if you are a middle class or upper middle class person, you might be interested in a trust that avoids probate. And of course, probate is the process that a will goes through when a person dies. Every will to be carried out has to go through probate, and that requires attorneys and judges and court costs and delay. So your people that are going to inherit from you won't get assets very quickly if your will has to go through probate. On the other hand, if you have a trust that actually avoids probate, things can be much easier, less expensive, and faster because you've avoided probate. So I don't care if you're rich or if you have a relatively modest estate, probate avoidance is hugely helpful. Another thing that's important is privacy. And I don't think it really matters whether you're really wealthy or whether you're middle class or upper middle class or not even that. You know, if you are interested in privacy, you are probably interested in a trust. That's because when a will goes through probate, most estates will have to file an inventory of the estate assets. So in other words, when you pass away, everything that you own is going to be made public. Everybody's going to see where you had bank accounts, where you had your other accounts, the last digits of those account numbers, and how much was in those accounts. They'll also be able to know the contents of your home, the value of your home, your vehicles, and all that kind of stuff. So if that bothers you, if you don't want the public to know how much you're worth and what all your assets are, then you probably don't want a will that's going through probate, because most estates will file an inventory of all of the estate assets. Whereas with a trust, it's literally off the record. There is no record of what the trust owns in the public sphere. So that's hugely helpful, not only after you pass away, but even while you're alive. It's kind of nice that whatever assets you put into the trust are not going to be known to the public. So a lot of our clients are interested in avoiding probate so that their family avoids that expense and the hassle and the delay that probate brings. But clients are also interested in the privacy that having a trust offers. So another thing that I think is also really helpful, and probably the third most interesting reason to have a trust, is the fact that trusts are so much more customizable than wills. So with the will, I like to think of it as a period at the end of the sentence. Whoever is around that's listed as a beneficiary in that will gets it, period. It's kind of a dumb document if you want to think of it that way. I die, you get it. That's all there is to it. A trust, on the other hand, can have a lot of customization. You can say, well, I would want my son to get this percentage so long as he's graduated from a 4-year university, or so long as he is passing clean drug tests. I mean, you can do all kinds of wild stuff in a trust in terms of customization for your beneficiaries that really a will can't do. So a lot of people, regardless of whether you're wealthy or not wealthy, are interested in the customization that you can do in a trust that really is very difficult to do with a will. So let me just summarize. The question that I started this video with is, are trusts only for rich people? And more specifically, are revocable living trusts instead of a will only for rich people? And I think the answer to that increasingly is becoming no. Everybody might be interested in some of the benefits that trusts bring. And some of the most popular benefits are A, avoiding probate and the hassle and expense and delay that comes with probate. B, the privacy that you get from a trust as opposed to a will and public disclosure of your assets. And 3, the customization that you can do in a trust that's really difficult to do with a will. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope that maybe you'll consider having a trust. If we can be of further assistance to you, feel free to reach out to us. And again, my name is Isaac Shutt. I'm an estate planning attorney who's licensed to practice law both in Texas and in Wyoming.